Tigers make the trip down to Annapolis to take on the Midshipmen. We'll cover it today on the Tiger Lacrosse Report, presented by the Green Turtle. Hello again and welcome back to the Tiger Lacrosse Report. I'm your host, Ben Rosenbaum. Towson stays on the road here in the early part of their season, heading down to Navy. And as always, I'm joined by the head coach of the Tigers, Sonia LaMonica. And coach, tough start. Navy, another good team. They've kept it close with Virginia. Just what do you see from Navy when you take a look at them?
Well, every game's going to be a challenge, and particularly this time of year. You know, I think everybody's figuring out their kinks, figuring out what they've got to get on top of. There's never, enough time in the day. And certainly that's us, but I'm excited for, another opportunity this weekend. We're back on the road again. So it's a great challenge for us. It's really testing us. We're going to learn a lot from, the last couple of weeks. And, I believe it's going to make us more resilient down the stretch. But yeah, they'll be tough, Navy, they've, got a couple games under their belt too. They have shown that they've responded well to their backs against the wall this past weekend. And that's something that, we're seeking and looking to do ourselves.
Yeah, Navy picking up their first win of the season against St. Joseph's. I think in both games they've put up double-digit goals so far this year. They're led by Kayla Harris. She has 8 goals already, just 2 games into the season. And it kind of starts and stops with her for them. Not many other people on that roster are near her level of goal production so far this year. A couple with 4. What do you see from the offense of movement that's really obviously Kayla Harris and then the rest of them that they've been able to put up a big goal amount?
So far, obviously just turned our attention to them recently. They're athletic. They're very skilled players, and I think their offensive schemes are pretty smooth and fluid. They use each other. They share the ball, and they're good finishers. I think from their past game, they were sort of just a little off with their shooting game. They were hitting a lot of pipes and such, but they found that rhythm right at a crucial time of the game and managed to pull out a win. And they dialed in their shooting. So, and I think that's what we can expect from them this weekend is they're going to be strong offensively. They're going to generate lots of shots, and we'll have to try and force them into only having some tough angled shots to take.
Yeah, and you kind of touched on it. Looking at the breakdown of their statistics, they're putting close to 80% of their shots on the goal. So either hitting the pipe, like you said, or making the goalie make a save. So for Kylie especially, what's going to be really important for her and her defenders in front of her to make sure, maybe get them on that tough angle, make it a little easier on your goaltender.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have to really lock down. I think they generated a number of different looks in these last couple of games, whether it was their driving game, being able to slice through gaps or alleys, but also hitting open people, and they're certainly going to share the ball. So I think we can't let them get their shots off inside the 8. We're going to have to make sure that we keep them out. And any shots that come from inside, be sure that we're doing a good job of crashing, crashing their bodies and making it difficult for them to get a good have their hands free to take a good shot. And if we can do that, Kylie's going to be able to make a great save or get her body in the path. So yeah, it'll take, obviously, like any team, a really good team effort and tightening some things up on our end. Within our defensive schemes and just getting hard-nosed and coming up with rebounds and being ready for those pipes if that comes into play again.
Right. And kind of rewinding back to the Georgetown game, something that was really not apparent, but that stuck out to me was you failed to put a run together. Every time you guys got momentum, Georgetown was able to really respond rather quickly. How do you fend that off? How do you kind of relay that to your team? Like, look, we're not going to get back in these games if we score a goal, then rest back on our heels and allow them to come back down the field. What do you have to relay to both the offense and defense because it takes the whole team to kind of make that run happen.
Yeah, I think we've been talking a little bit about, being smart, limiting our errors, but at the end, I think right now we're going to pump our team up. We just got to help them believe how good they are and just get them playing the game. Just play the game. Just play instinctively, trust in, what you're doing, trust in, your decision-making skills. And, I think we've just kind of gotten down on ourselves a little bit in the course of a game when we've gotten scored on, and we just need a better reset button and to move forward. So, I think that's just a bit of a mindset piece. I think we've done a lot of good things, come up with some good stops, and we just need to sort of capitalize on a lot of the opportunities that we are having and recognizing that they're right there, and just to be patient and be a little more composed. And that'll come with continued experience. We've got some greenness out there. So, that takes a little time. And, we have to continue to work with them through the week.
Right, and again, you kind of beat me to it. You're replacing some pretty key members of the roster. And do you think part of the reason for maybe not having a win yet this season, or you certainly haven't gotten blown out in a game, it's not like you're getting destroyed, but that there are still maybe some players who are adjusting to new roles, whether it's Carly or Natalie having to fill a bigger role with Emily Gillingham and Caitlin Montalbano no longer here, or Shelby Stack getting more minutes. Do you think it's some of that, just kind of feeling out those new roles still?
Yeah, absolutely. I think any year it's a new group, it's a new team, and we're a different team. We are going to have different strengths, and I think in a sense, this group we're still just trying to figure it out what those strengths are, and then being really, really confident in them. We're right there, and I think it's easy when you have some losses to. I always tell the team, when we go back and look at film, you're never as good as you think you are, and you're never as bad as you think you are. Like, you're right there, and we tend to focus on, the mistakes and the issues after a loss, but you can look at a win and see how close you really were to losing that game, because, we're making some errors and mistakes, but, so not getting, I'm not going to panic. We got a great team. I'm highly confident in this group, and we'll get there. We will. I have no question, no doubt.
All right, that'll do it for us today on the Tiger Lacrosse Report. Towson takes on Navy in Annapolis at 3 o'clock on Saturday. Brandon Sachs will have the call for you on TowsonTigers.com starting at 2:45. Coach, thanks for joining us, and good luck this weekend.
Thank you very much. See you soon.
And thank you, fans, for joining us. And as always, for more news and notes on your favorite Towson Tigers teams, head over to TowsonTigers.com. For head coach Sonia LaMonica, I'm Ben Rosenbaum. Thanks for joining us. And as always, go Tigers.